Levan Saginashvili is the strongest armwrestler of all time. In this video, I'm gonna make case for it. I'm gonna give you my arguments and the facts I'm basing those arguments on. If you agree or disagree, please watch the video and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is Coach Ray, and let's go. No one is unbeatable, and no one has ever been undefeated in arm wrestling. If someone claims such a thing, clearly they haven't faced the toughest opponents, haven't been to toughest competitions year after year. Everyone loses. Even Levan Saginashvili. His road to professional arm wrestling, which is the version that we know now since 2018, has been tough. He has wins, he has losses. He's been there, he fought the best of the best in WF, EAF, and he learned a lot of things. But what we see now is a clearly different arm wrestler. In PL and King of the Table, he's a different animal. Right now, he's undefeated in supermatch arm wrestling. 6 super matches, all of them ending 6-0, with some of the best athletes on the planet. I have very high certainty that we are seeing the strongest arm wrestler of all time in Levan Saginashvili. I do not throw away these claims easily. When in 2021, my colleagues from the Fix said that Devon Larratt that beat Michael Todd in King of the Table 1 might be the strongest arm wrestler we have ever seen. I was on a different boat. I was saying, let's just wait a little. Let's not jump in straight away. We still have to see some things. And I was right. Even now I know there is no certainty in life and in arm wrestling. So if I'm wrong, if everything changes in 2 or 3 years, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm gonna take that on chin and I'm gonna admit my mistakes. But right now, just from seeing what we have seen and my thoughts, I think Levan is the pinnacle of our sport. But my rationale why I think Levan is the strongest arm wrestler of all time comes from one thing: his opponents and way he defeated them. It's very rare case when someone at the very top is so dominant. 6 super matches, all of them ending 6-0. In these recent years, there's another thing that I'm kind of been looking at, and it is, if you're a good arm wrestler and you keep yourself busy, you're gonna stay on top for a long time. Even now, looking at the world rankings of top athletes there are guys that have been doing this for 5, 10, 20 or more years, and they're still ranked on top. New guys gonna come in, they always do, but the top of the pack has stayed the same for quite some time. Still the guys 10 years ago. So even though maybe the pack has changed, like it will always do, but I don't think the level has changed. Some could argue it's gotten better, but arm wrestling is a weird thing. We cannot measure it. It's beyond science. So we will never know if that is true. But one thing we can say clearly is the guys that were on top 10 years ago, if they're being active, they are still on that top. It doesn't necessarily mean they are number 1 or number 2 or number 3 in their weight classes, but they're right there at the top, and it's very hard to beat them. Same thing goes when we talk about someone in their prime. What exactly does that mean? Again, it's very subjective. Some guys just had amazing year and they got really lucky, or few years or competitions. Some didn't get injured. Some just, found that physical peak. And we never know where it is. Guys like Todd Hutchings and John Brzenk has changed the game. They were so great 20 years ago, and they still are. They're still fighting and arguably could be best guys in 100 and 110 kilo class. The curse in arm wrestling is that we cannot measure performance. We can only base the performance on your wins and losses and how good did you do against some athletes. When someone says you can measure, you clearly cannot measure anything. We can measure fundamental strength and exercises, but that's just measuring strength and exercises. Not always it correlates. Not always it will show who is better on arm wrestling. Arm wrestling involves so much more than being strong in just one movement. There's technique, speed, coordination, strength, and all those things need to come in together. And when you talk about supermatch arm wrestling, endurance, mental and physical toughness also comes to mind. Till 25th of June 2022, in my opinion, Denis Cyplenkov was the strongest arm wrestler of all time. That was just my opinion. Based on how good he dealt with everyone when he was competing I think there's a great case to be made. And even now, when we talk about biggest threats to Levan, Denis comes into conversations. Even though he isn't active, or we don't know how physically strong he is right now, he always comes in those conversations. As dominant force as Denis was, I personally think Levan is a different human. He combines impressive physical attributes, insane levels of strength, unnatural explosiveness for a super heavyweight, and great technical execution of arm wrestling strengths. All those things combined, he's a force in arm wrestling like we have never seen before. He was so dominant in all his 6 super matches that he has had up until this point, where he almost never gave into anything his opponents did. Never lost the center. There was one super match where he was kinda in trouble, or he kinda needed to adjust in the first round, but after then, sweep. 2018, Dmitry Trubin. This was the first big test of Levan. Coming from EAF and WF and leaving it all behind to become pro armwrestler and compete in PAL. First super match. First big name armwrestler. Dmitry Trubin at that time was on a roll, having wins over Andrei Pushkar in Moldova, beating Michael Todd on multiple occasions, having great wins in tournaments in Europe as well as in Arnold. In many arm wrestling fans as well as mine, Dmitry Trubin was the favorite in that match. Levan Saginashvili's right arm has never been his best arm. His left has been very dominant. His right, he has wins and losses, and it wasn't that reliable. But on that day, we saw something else. He beat him 6-0. Even though this match, in my opinion, wasn't the cleanest match we have seen from Levan, this was just a start. Tim Bresnan was another big test. Veteran, has wins over some of the biggest names in our sports, has had wars with everyone. Very decisive, very easy victory for him. He was showing that he is on another level. Vitaly Laletin up until this point was the biggest threat to Levan. Coming into this match, he had amazing gear, shutting everyone down, looking them look like they can't arm wrestle. He has this very polished, explosive top roll. And even in my mind, I was thinking that will be a big threat for Levan. That first round got everyone worried. We saw something, that there was something gonna be, and there's a chance that Vitaly might win this. Even though Levan didn't pull him straight to the pad, they stopped in the center, fighting for that top position. But after that first round, it was nothing. Vitaly was totally dominated by Levan. Dave Chaffee for me was the guy that will show how strong Levan is from round 1. Dave Chaffee was one of the few guys that could go toe-to-toe with fresh Denis Cyplenkov and bring him in a war. Has a great record against almost any super heavyweight in the past 10 years. He's always been ranked close to the very top. Still, Levan shut him down and beat him in the strongest positions. Wherever they went, Levan stopped him. Levan was so good at containing him that Dave couldn't even get the strap. From the roster we have right now, there is one guy that poses another threat. Armwrestling is not just on table, it's also outside. His name is Devon Larratt. We come to the last test till now, Devon Larratt. Devon has wins over every notable North American puller. He was ranked number 1 North American coming into this match. Devon possesses different threats than any other armwrestler Levan has ever faced. Not only physical, but also mental warfare. Devon has been close to the very top of the world arm wrestling rankings for a good part of 2 decades. In his own words, coming into this match, he was in the best shape of his life. But Levan, in his own words, was 3 times stronger. This match gave no doubt, nothing. Devon used everything, tried his best to make this match dirty. Levan shut him down, pretty much dominated the match and won it in spectacular fashion. I have said this in past. Super heavyweights for Levan looks very boring. At this point, we need to see who's the next contender. We need to see how motivated Levan is to stay on top. Till now, his improvements on table, starting with the Dmitry Trubin super match and coming all the way to Devon, has been tremendous. He has improved on so many different areas, not only strength, that his arm wrestling looks polished. It looks precise, and it looks lethal. In my opinion, and I will give it 98%, Levan Saginashvili is the strongest arm wrestler we have ever seen to step on arm wrestling table. It will take someone special to come and beat him. If he doesn't retire, there's always going to be challengers rising. And two things, in my opinion, can beat Levan: time or someone more talented. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay strong and love arm wrestling.